This is Alan Weinkrantz with the Rackspace Stardust Program. I'm here with David Shing. I've seen you like all over the world. I've seen you on TV in the US. You're the digital prophet, and you work with AOL and brands and agencies, and you've got a good pulse sort of like how the world's changing. We're here in Israel at the city summit during DLD. Give us a little bit of background about yourself.
So I'm originally from Australia. I've got a creative background, designer, marketing, creative, startup background. I've been working for AOL for the last 6-7 years, something like that. Started out in Europe, media and marketing for them, and now I'm the full-time evangelist.
Okay, so what does that entail?
Great question, Alan. Firstly, hi Robert Scoble. How are you, mate? It's been way too bloody long. Beyond that, welcome back. What does it entail? So one of the things I do is contextualize all of what's going on in the environment digitally and sort of help people understand the landscape and how it applies to them. So whether it's a brand or an agency or a startup, or really it's just about contextualizing what's going on and helping people get a better handle on some of those bits.
Okay. You're being here in Israel. You told me you were here 10 years ago.
Yeah.
And now you're back. You know, I often look at Israel as being almost the crossroads of humanity.
Love that.
You've got every religion, every culture, and a little known fact, I think that Israel still has, more than any other country in the world, more newspapers in more languages.
Interesting.
Or media outlets today, newspapers. And you've got this crossroads of humanity. Where does the intersection come with that, especially today that we live in this global digital world that we're all connecting in compelling and interesting ways?
Yeah, I think we get caught up in the technology for technology's sake. I think at the end of the day, there's humans at the end of it, man.
Right.
So it's about human connection. So whatever it is, so whether you're using that device to try and connect humanly with others, that's a human connection, and that's something that's really physical. And I think the challenge is we lose that context a lot. So when we come back to that, which is, hey, if we're trying to connect to humans, how can we use technology to help enable that? That's all I care about. What is interesting about here in Israel, and it has been 10 years, the big difference that I've seen is clearly the volume of startups that are working around the consumer space. You know, originally, AOL has a heritage here anyway. We bought ICQ way back in the day.
Right.
And so we did that with Yossi Vardi. But if you also think about what we're doing, so we've built an incubator here called Nautilus. So
I've been on Rothschild Boulevard.
Indeed. So we've got an incubator model for us. For us, it's here. It used to be about technology support center. Now what we are is an innovation support center of others as well as ourselves. So one of the reasons I'm here is to visit the office, obviously, and see the new model. And that's sort of how I've seen really the change in Israel as well. What I think is amazing is there's 1,500 startups here. So it's an enormous number of companies that are together in one place as opposed to just the valley. And the actual size of Tel Aviv is so small that they can all sort of incubate together. What I'd love to see is the clash of bringing people physically together and startups physically together and see what can happen. Now, why I would say that is this. In the valley, I saw, Westfield Shopping is a big shopping center.
Sure.
They have something in San Francisco called Bespoke, where they've got these startups working on retail solutions in the environment of retail.
Right.
I'd love that for technology to be humanized, I guess, in the context of people in a street level city like Tel Aviv, because it is very street level. It's not known for skyscrapers. It's a very street level view city.
Yeah, there's also Jerusalem has an incredible startup community. Beersheba is on its way now to become the cyber capital of the world. Nazareth has the Arab-Israeli population. There's some great initiatives going on there. Haifa, next to the Technion, Intel's a big employer.
Wow.
So it's not just really Tel Aviv anymore, it's the whole country. The way I frame it is I generally talk about the geographic contiguity and the efficiency of doing business here. Then in about a week, you can cover 20% of the entire United States population, or the geography of the United States.
Wow.
It would take you about 6 weeks to do that in the U.S. And what you did such a great job today in speaking about really framing things in context. And I could tell even from the audience, we had a couple of hundred people listen to you, they were cheering. And I also heard a few aha moments. So I think you were really insightful.
Thank you.
And I think the fact that your ability to travel and kind of see the world, glue it all together is really helpful to us. So how do brands, agencies get a hold of you? How do we find you?
So you can either, if you want to see my travels, I'd check it out on Instagram. It's David Shingy.
Spell it?
David Shingy, S-H-I-N-G-Y.
Okay.
At shingy@teamaol.com. That's my email address, so you can LinkedIn me, you can social media. I'm pretty much found everywhere else.
Great.
But, bringing brands to people and people to brands, man, that's what I care about.
There you
Thanks
go.
very much.
Thank you so much.
See you.